like I'm blessed that I lived on the Fisborough Road, and next door was a band called Jimmy Cooper and the Blue Shadows. Up the road, the Royal Olympics, Andy Jones. Across the road, there was a band called Betty Ann and the Team Beats, Mick Kinsley. And up amongst place, Tommy Quinn and the Quintets. There was nothing but bands, and I'm in the clubs, and I'm only a young guy. And the lads who were in charge of me, the Scoutmasters as they used to call them, Tony Rogan and Joe Tittle, who went on to start the Miami Show Band. So there was always music everywhere. So I got the old Kingsway guitar and I got there, but I was lucky enough I got a job right away with Rose Tynan, and I couldn't play. Jimmy got me the job, and Rose was the person who taught me that. Like, just keep looking, said to me, smile at all the young ones and keep winking. And I've done that all my life, ever since then. But we started off that way. Like, you have to give a show. That's what it's all about. Then we're playing football. We're in Bohemians. It's 1964, and I'm getting 15 shillings off Rose Tynan. That was the end of my football career. Then I moved on, and another good band, the Blue Beats. But I wound up with a soul band called the Uptown Band. Again, we never really made any money. Like, you never made any money on what was known as the Irish B group scene. We were the guys that were the opposite of the show bands. They were doing it for the money. We were doing it because we wanted to be famous. It's a slightly different thing altogether. But we never actually made any money. And then from the Uptown Band, we put Skid Row together. And this was like the start of, this was the start of the whole thing. Ben Achievers, he was the original guitar player, Noel Bridgman and myself. And of course we got Phil Owen, and unbelievable. Then Bernard got top apprentice, and Genesis, he had to go. Gary Moore came in, and that was the start of one of the greatest Irish rock bands of all time. Everybody knows Phil came on me honeymoon with me, but we still had to shaft him. But I told him I'd teach him how to play, and if he done what I told him in 6 months, he could start a band. And that's exactly what he done. Came over every day to meet. We played for a couple of hours. He went back to wherever he was living. He practiced for another 4 to 6 hours. At the end of the 6 weeks, off he went. He made Eric Bell. Along came Tin Lizzy. But in the interim period, we were looking very big. We still hadn't got a juice to our name. We're living over in Margaret and myself, we're living in a flat end on the south side of the road. Nothing coming in. But we go to England. Again, we're living in this place. Ted Carroll organised it. No money again, just living from hand to mouth. And then we're told it's a tour of America. You'll be going over there, you'll be playing with the Allman Brothers, the biggest band in America, which would have made them one of the biggest bands in the world. You'll be playing with Frank Zappa and the Whiskey A Go-Go, another huge band. But what people didn't realise is we went over there with no money. We were told, when you get there, the promoter will put you up and I'll organise some food for you. And if you can organise some money in between that and the other. So anyway, we never organised any money. Never made any money. Everybody in Ireland thought we were making a fortune, like we were multi-millionaires. My ma thought this, brand new, over in America, that's where it is. There's full of gold mines and people, like, whatever, it's going to be okay. Then we done a second tour, which meant we must be even bigger than we were the first time. Gary Moore left, came back. Noel had to sell his drums to get back. I went on the dole. Nothing for a year and a half. Started no work at all. Then we got a little band together, start playing in the Bag of Inn, the first week there. 16 people turned up at 10 bob. We took £8 on the door. So I realised I'd have to stop playing the bass altogether and start jumping around the place. As we said, like the old Rose Tynan days, we have to get the ladies back in. So next thing you know, we're doing the press-ups on the floor, we're jumping around and people are coming in. We don't, it looked good. Then we lucky enough to meet the great Andy Creighton. He says, I'll get you some gigs. And as everybody knows, for the first 3 months of Andy's gigs, we turned up and said to the Memories, we weren't even advertised. He'd pull the Memories, put them playing somewhere else. We'll turn up, collect the money, but give the money to Andy. We weren't getting the Memories money, let's put it that way. we were getting paid more than we were getting, which was less than nothing when we weren't getting paid. But ultimately, we'd come into the show and scene when it was all over, and we're playing gigs here and there. And the best way I can sum the whole thing up is like, I used to say to Noel, we broke even, Noel. That's what we done. Like, we broke even. We toured all over the world. Like, we played all over America, came back, went on the dole. Went into the bag again, started again playing the ballrooms just as they were finishing. We broke even, but we had a great time. So if only somebody asked me, like, how would you sum it up? I'd say, well, we broke even, but we had a great time. Met loads of great people. Do it all again. Any regrets? How long have you got? I've enough regrets like that. I could keep it going all day. So some night I'll do an hour program and just regrets. But one thing is certain, I do it all over again.